Hello, Lisa with Sacred Living. I am here with your reading for the week, Sunday, January 29th through Saturday, February 4th. And I have the two decks that I normally do personal readings with because they give me the greatest detail because I've been working with them the longest. So I've got my angel cards and my fairy cards out. And then at the end, I have your archangels, and you can be thinking about whether you resonate with Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, or Archangel number 3. So I felt like there was a lot of energy this week, so I really wanted to just dig in with my own cards that are the oldest ones that I've been working with because I wanted the greatest detail for understanding. So Sunday begins us really looking at the outcome for some of the things that we have spoken into existence. So there isn't always the outward appearance of everything we have been manifesting or looking to manifest. So we have to trust our intuition that these things are on the way because we're still feeling pretty in the dark because we're not seeing it right in our hands. So we've seen ourselves putting it out, but we don't always have, like we see some dust clouds, so to speak, kicking up, but we don't have it all in our hands. So it's important when Monday comes to keep holding that intention for what we would like to see, and to remember that when we see darkness, that it's important to turn on our light. So the only thing that is necessary for darkness to leave is to switch on the light, because we can get really over-focused on the darkness and it's going to hold us down if we do. So it doesn't take much effort these days to really get overwhelmed by all the darkness. It's on the television, it's on the radio, it's on social media. Do the best you can to keep focused on the light. So when Tuesday comes, it's important, and it's kind of funny because it has gotten colder up here this week, and yet I still feel the energy of spring. So one thing my guides told me when the leaves started to fall off the trees was to stay focused on the green leaves of renewal coming. So I'm feeling spring, so this is about touching base with your expectations of spring and what that's going to feel like. And so the lilacs were really bright, the return of the sunshine, and I don't know about you, but those extra few minutes every day of sunlight as the days are getting longer feels so good. So that's really good. And also Spirit is asking us to move. So there's lots of different ways to enjoy movement. We don't have to go to the gym and knock out a 3-hour workout every day. Go outside and just listen to what the messages of the wind are telling you. How do you feel as the wind is bumping up against you? What are you thinking about? You can always ask for your spirit guides and angels to connect with you while you take a short walk and just listen to what they have to say, because this is going to be more and more important as we move on to because like there's a full moon here, and then at the end of the message there's like this big energy that is happening until we get to the next full moon, which is next Sunday. So the energy is getting big in preparation for this full moon. So there's going to be a lot more messages that we're able to receive. We're going to have a lot more spirit around us. It's just kind of the nature of how things happen. But when Wednesday comes, there's this sense of kind of awkwardness and just kind of fumbling around. And so also the fairy card kind of looks like she's not looking in the direction that she's getting pulled. So there's this really sense of just feeling kind of off. So you can ask for your spirit guides to help you feel more grounded and centered and aware of the messages that they are doing their best they can to relay. We can ask for a special energetic conduit so that we can be more in harmony with the frequency of the messages that are coming to us. Those kinds of things make a big difference, but there's a free will thing, and we have to ask. You've got to ask. So Thursday, and this card like literally fell out on my toe, this abundance card. When we are listening to music, sometimes it is important to see what frequency are you in harmony with. Are you listening to music that is going to fuel your joy, or is it causing a kind of energetic discord? Is it in disharmony with what you are looking to manifest in your life? Are there lyrics in there about domestic violence and all kinds of things that are low frequency, or are you listening to music that is in harmony with what you are looking to create? Because the dragonfly that's in the fairy card, dragonflies actually don't have a particular color, they reflect back color. So definitely be mindful of what television and video and social media things you are listening to, because it's reflecting back a lot. And so it's really easy to say, oh, the world is a dark place, clear cancel. But what kind of social media and media are you consuming? Are you consuming audio and visual messages that are of yuck, that you're going to get yuck if you're listening to yuck? Okay. Then on Friday through Saturday, the energy is really, really big, and we're on the precipice. It's going to be really easy to miss some of the details in the messages that we're receiving. So the angel fairy with the snake in her hands is front and center, but I felt like the most important thing in the card was actually the ship coming in. So I don't think that, it's going to be really easy to miss some of the really important details as we're getting so much information in come Friday and Saturday. But it's going to be really important to ask your guides and guards and angels to help you notice everything that you notice. For those of you that work with animals, that is mouse medicine. Mice are all about the details of things. So then Saturday, I had 2 angel cards and a fairy card come out. And so there are a lot of people, I don't know if I said this last week on here, but there are a lot of people who are getting new spirit guides. And so the card with study looked more like there's this energy of launching us way forward and getting us new spirit guides to help us deal with the frequency. The discomfort that a lot of us empaths feel when we're getting new spirit guides, you can get around that by asking your old guides to come back, harmonize their frequency with the energy of your new spirit guides so that your new spirit guides begin to have that familiar feel, because otherwise it can feel like we are all alone in the universe and like God himself or herself has turned her back on us and we're just completely alone. So that can be very helpful when you have the that harmony, and it also teaches you how to knit things together so that your emotions are working for you and you can keep this momentum moving forward. Because whatever it is that you've been working with your spirit guides, whether it's enhancing your spiritual gifts, bettering your health, you've got a fair bit of momentum built up and you're heading in the right direction. But these new guides coming in are going to help you really power through some rocky times. But again, this precipice is going to happen in the full moon on next Sunday of this energy. So it might be a rather intense week, especially Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday on Thursday feels a little bit more gentle to me, but the first part of the week has a lot of energy when I check into it. So definitely be kind with yourselves and make sure that you are getting as much sleep as you can and self-care, because that helps us deal with those kinds of days a little bit more effectively. So if you have Archangel number 1, then you have Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is the angel who takes people to the other side when they pass away, and he is also a divine counselor. So he has guided you thus far. It's like he's put his torch down and he's more greeting you like it's time to have a conversation, versus this isn't so much about having a journey and stepping ahead. This is like it's time to really contemplate the steps that you've already taken. What have you learned and how much of what you've learned have you integrated? Archangel Azrael can help you to determine, like, okay, this information that I got from this self-help book and this awareness is really great. How do I integrate change? Archangel Azrael is here to help you with that. And also there is some grief there. When I looked at this card, the red, the shirt or cloak or whatever you want to call it by the armpit was really bright, and so grief stays in our chest and our lymphatics. So that's what I was looking at. So I use the Young Living cypress oil on underarm area and on your chest because it helps swoosh away grief, as well as the Bach flower remedy of the Star of Bethlehem. All of those help with grief. So if there's the emotion of grief that you feel like you're getting stuck with, and the lymphatics when you're not moving forward in your life are congested every time. So one of the things that you can be thinking of, if the world isn't moving fast enough, what inside your body is not moving fast enough. And lots of times it is the lymphatics, because they hold a lot of extra emotions for us. And those of us who are in tune and have a lot of emotions that we're picking up on at any given time, sometimes we need that extra help. All right, Archangel number 2. If you chose Archangel number 2, you have Archangel Sandalphon. And Archangel Sandalphon is here to say, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So this is like a golden cup. So to me, this is the wisdom and the information that you've been asking for. This to me feels like that sacrament of communion where you're taking that in as sustenance. Like, here is the stuff that you've asked for. Take it in. It's right here, but you have to choose to utilize it. So that is your message if you have Archangel Sandalphon. If you had Archangel number 3, then you have Archangel Haniel. And Archangel Haniel is here with a message about our sensitivity and how important it is to recognize we're a little bit extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So one of the things that is really bright is this extra angel to the side who's playing this flute. So if Archangel Haniel is here and saying that we're extra sensitive, it's going to be really important for you to honor your gut, even if you don't have any outward appearance of what you're knowing to be true, because you're going to regret not taking steps if you do not choose to listen to the information that Spirit is giving you. And there is so much pink in this card. It is going to be so important, if this is your card for the week, to follow your heart. The other thing that's really bright in there is the 2 swans. Swans are all about that transition, you know, the story of the ugly duckling into the beautiful swan. So it is a relationship, because there's 2 that has gone from something else to something beautiful by honoring your heart. So there is a lot of, like, under the surface, just heart chakra feeling awareness. So this is going to be really important for you if that was your card for the week. So then when I was selecting the cards for the week, we had one more that popped out. And Archangel Raguel is here to help us through this time of big energy this week, and we can call on him for overall harmonization of our life purpose, of all of the people that we are working with, either as paid work or just what we have to do. So we can call on Archangel Raguel to just inundate us and the world with energy that is going to help us be in harmony with our life's purpose, with the planet, with one another. And he is going to help oversee this transition of really big energy this week if you invite him to do that. So it's kind of like where Archangel Uriel sometimes has that lantern and says, hey, follow me. He's got the big torch this week, and he's saying, follow the path of harmony. So there's going to be some rocky steps, he's saying, this week, like, because they're showing me this rocky path where you step and like almost sometimes when an ankle gets turned, clear, cancel. But it's like, it's going to feel rocky to many of us this week, but ask for Archangel Raguel to harmonize our path to the extent that he is able. Thank you very much. If you are looking to get your own private reading, the how to connect with me is in the About section on YouTube. You can reach out over Facebook Messenger, and I'll be happy to get that set up. I hope you have a great week. Take good care. Bye-bye.